What was cool in 3000 BC that's still cool now? Pyramids. The Great Pyramid of Giza is the only wonder of the ancient world that still stands to this day. Also, people are still having a hard time figuring how they build it. Even for modern-day engineers, building such a structure would be an amazing accomplishment. The oldest one is Pyramid of Djoser and was built around 2700 BC. So close to 3000 BC, give or take. Human sacrifice. I mean, you don't think so? Quetzalcoatl was totally coming to destroy the world yesterday until I appeased him by sacrificing the sweet old lady across the street to him. EDIT, this is the internet. There is a non-zero chance that I'm not lying. Twisting your cave bro's nipples, farting, and then grunting that it must have been the wolf talk. Pretending to throw the stick for your wolf talk and hide it behind your back. Put mammoth poop on your brother's hand and then tickle his face while he sleeps. Mothers. Ancient Sumerian. Con 2022 12:30 Jan A. Dawkins Modern USA. Throwing rocks, especially at stuff like water or trees in the water. Seriously, a dead deer floated to shore one weekend at a friend's cottage years back. We threw rocks at it for hours. Greatest day of my life. Umbrellas. They are 5,000 years old and actually had a different purpose. In ancient Mesopotamia and Egypt, they were used exclusively by the upper class, but not due to protect from the rain, but the sun. Being able to pick up really heavy shit, run really freaking fast. We have always admired the physical capabilities of our species, especially when it comes to feats of strength and agility. The pottery wheel. Text the 20 potters 20 wheel 20 is 20 in judging by the number of pottery studios popping up around me. Well, you still had dice and board games and beer. So you could basically recreate my current Friday nights back then. Don't know if it's cool, but I have a good time. Harry and Hinno. 6 Michael Levy's interpretation particularly. We be dropping bangers for 100 years before 3000 BC. In the nourishing place between two rivers. Ever just pick up an awesome stick while walking around? And then you carry it around because you have to make sure someone else sees it. That lying down underneath a big tree on a warm day, staring into the branches, and talking with a friend about the meaning of life. Ice. It was cool then, still is now. Some ice is so cold, it never melted from that time frame, and even before. Ice is cold. The pyramids, Antarctica, the Arctic, water in the evening. The pharaoh's burial chamber, being fanned by a large leaf. Any trick shot involving a ball of some sort. You will get a nod of approval, mostly from guys, sometimes from girls. Smoking cannabis and eating delicious food. Rocks in general likely. For a rock. Bang rock on rock. Examine rock. Collect rock. Love rock. Farts. Farts with your buddies when you're 10 years old. Oh, and drawing dicks on stuff. Walking into a room with a smoking hot man or woman on your arm is pretty timeless. Fire, friends and booze. Few things beat staring into a fire with beer and friends. Growing food. Owning a garden can get you popular if it's excellent garden. Throwing shale rocks at granite rocks and watching the shale split in two. Digging a massive hole in the ground and seeing other guys do the same. Writing someone was here in random places and drawing penises on walls. A stick. But not just any stick, it's got to be a really nice stick. Writing negative reviews for merchants who sell you inferior goods. Killing your enemies and putting their heads on a pike. Oh wait, the earth. Now watch the global warming crowd come scream at me. Sitting around a roaring fire with your mates after a long day. Building a big fire. Lighting the fire. Watching the fire. Sex. Everyone seems to like it. Probably back then too. Finding a crystal clear clean water lake. Or a cool spring. The screaming rock in Egypt. The wind whistled through it. Yelling like a little girl when you see a bigger spider. Swimming. Stonehenge. Glaciers, tigers, tools, exploring. Elections were still between a douche and turd sandwich. Throwing a big rock into a body of water for the splash. Skipping stones to the other side of the lake or river. Napping. Some might say it's even better than sleeping. Getting drunk on wine while eating bread and cheese. Your mom jokes ... At least back to 1900 BC they were. Throw big rock in water, especially from high place. So 5,000 years ago. Making beer, writing, agriculture. Potatoes, roast 'em, boil 'em, put 'em in a stew. Throwing large rocks into bodies of water dwarves. Eyeshadow, really tall towers, and women with dicks.